are your clear recollections? Like, who were you as a pitcher when you were like a junior and a senior in high school as you look back?
I was kind of young. I mean, being so tall, I wasn't like filled out. I was kind of just like a young pitcher then, just trying to figure out how to get stronger and like feel my body every day and be consistent. That's probably the hard, like what I had to go through and still have to go through, obviously.
When did you hit? You're 6'6", right?
Yeah, 6'6", 6'7".
When did you hit that mark? Did you hit that in high school?
Yeah, so probably right before senior year or like that summer going into senior year.
And for me, like I'm 6'5", I never had any of the stuff you threw. Pitched a little bit in the minor leagues. No, I didn't. I mean, I didn't have the leverage. You probably have 6'6" to 7-foot guy limbs. I, for some reason, I'm 6'5", but have the limbs of like a 5'8" guy. You know, I was,
Really?
but the one thing that happened to me when I grew was I definitely lost some of my athleticism for a little bit.
Yeah.
It was hard. I mean, it was frustrating. So got it back, you know, but it's a challenge. I think tall hitters, tall pitchers, it's a blessing, but a challenge in the same breath.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's like you just have to figure out what you need to do every day to make sure that you don't feel awkward or feel like your limbs are 10 yards away from you.
Yeah, I
And
love
like
your
stay
little comp.
connected.
I love your little comp. That right there. I love your little comp to golf. Kind of.
I lost you.
Daron, we lost your audio.
How about now?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Is it gone?
No, you're good.
Is it back?
Yeah.
Okay,
Luckily it's back.
Okay. Well, you're shaking your head, Dani. Is it back or is it
Yeah,
gone?
it's back. Yeah.
I'm having one of those days, man. I'm having one of those days. So for golf, I love the comp to golf because, you know, understanding as, you know, you look at a pitcher, you look at the moving parts, you know, staying in that kinetic motion. It's the same in golf.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of things that you can
Especially
relate from
pitcher,
golf
right?
to baseball. Excuse me?
Go for it, D. Go for it, Dani.
He just said especially as a pitcher, Tommy.
Yeah.
I'm sure you
exactly.
agree with. Do you know when you are pitching? Are you pitching Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
It is Friday. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Were you offered a contract last year?
There were definitely conversations. I definitely did say no to some teams about some money offers and things that of that nature.
Okay.
Yeah, we went into it kind of the first day and wanted to see where it was going to be.
Yeah.
Then the second day we talked, me and my family talked in the morning and kind of was like, I come back to school, I play in a brand new stadium. I come out every Friday and pitch and be able to play every week, and get to finish something that we started last year.
Okay.
It was kind of a no-brainer for me and my family to come back to school, and I'm so happy that I am and that I'm here because I get a chance to win a national championship, win an SEC championship,
Yeah.
and be back here and get my degree, and then see what happens later on in July.
I asked that, you know, I just kind of want to ask you when we get started, you know, what does it take to bet on yourself? We've seen a couple guys from your class do that and the junior class do that. I think it's awesome. It's impressive. And, you know, I'm sure there's some sweaty moments happening, but you bet on yourself. And I think that's cool. So that is kind of where that is going. And then just as far as, I feel like everyone is talking about your rotation, your bullpen, like your arms for this team. Everyone's so stoked about them. Like, just for our knowledge, how close are you guys? Like, do you guys eat together? Do you have a group chat? Like, how close are the POs?
So our staff is, I would say our staff is really close, and our whole team's like really, really close. So like I can't say we're different from the guys in, like, from the staff to the position players. We're all so close that it doesn't, like, we don't choose sides very often. but we all hang out at the field. We all hang out outside of the field. Like obviously with COVID restrictions and stuff, we have to be careful of what we do, but
Sure.
we all definitely like get to be around each other as much as possible. And we all keep each other pretty in line. Like if someone's having a bad day, someone's going to pick them up, or if someone's feeling themselves a little too much, someone's going to bring them down back to reality and things like that. Our team's really good with making sure that everyone's exactly where they need to be.
That's awesome. Okay. Very, very cool. Okay. I'm good, Daron.
You're leading off, D. You're our leadoff hitter. Get us started.
Okay. I've never been before. All right. Amateur hour here with Tommy Mace, right-handed pitcher from Florida, from Tampa, Florida, playing at Florida, an impact senior named by Perfect Game, a senior named by Tommy himself. And in 2020, Tommy, you bet on yourself. You decided that you wanted to come back to Florida, play another season, come out every Friday, play every week, finish something that you started last season with this incredible team. And you just said it's a no-brainer for you and your family. That's a big deal. That's a big risk. What does it take to bet on yourself?
Just trusting in the work that I've put in during COVID, and all 22 years of my life of trying to become a good baseball player and a good man, and a good person. So betting on myself it was easy. It was just, I rather have control of my life than somebody else or organization, or I don't want to like kind of give in or kind of not get what I'm worth or what I think I'm worth.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's an incredible decision to make, especially at your age. And in the times that we're living, to come back to something that is guaranteed, that is, that you can earn that spot and be that guy. And now you are starting on Friday. The season is here. Like, how jacked is your team, and what's the culture like right now around the locker room in the ballpark?
I think everyone's just excited. I think we're all ready to I mean, personally, I'm tired of facing the number one team in the country every week. I want to face somebody else. So I'm excited to play somebody else and play somebody new, because sometimes these hitters get hot and see us so much that we get banged around sometimes, and it's kind of annoying when you throw a really good 0-2 pitch or you throw a good 1-2 pitch and they get a hit off of it. It's like, is this realistic, or are they just know us that well?
That's funny. I like that.
Yeah, so it's interesting. The concept of getting knocked around. I thought I was going to talk about this deeper in the conversation, but why not go now? And a guy who's a first-round pick and a guy who has an electric arm. As a pitcher myself, and having a father as a Hall of Fame pitcher, I love what you learn from outings. First of all, you play for an amazing team, because one of your more quote-unquote forgettable outings a couple years ago came against Tennessee. I'm sure you remember it, right? You gave up a bunch of runs, but you won. I mean, your team, you won 10-9. Even if it's against the Florida Gators, who you faced inter-squad style for months and months and months and months, or if it's against that Tennessee team that one day when every other start's been really good, what do you learn on a day like that in a game of failure when you're human? I mean, you're truly human, dude. What do you learn? And as you get older, do you tend to be okay with learning more?
Yeah. So I mean, I definitely remember that story. I remember that outing.
Yeah, sorry to start there. That's a random place to start anyway. But
I remember it for sure. But getting older, it's not as much as like stressing about it or getting mad or angry or showing frustration. It's trying to be a student of the game, not to like get emotionally attached to the game in the aspect of like getting super upset about it, because that will go into your next start. And as especially sophomore year, I had a couple rough outings, and I think it kind of snowballed with me, and learning how to deal with that, and learning how to learn, not take it with me, figure out what I did wrong and execute what I need to do to be better that next outing, rather than be upset or be mad at myself, is key.
Tommy, you worked out a lot with Brady Singer when things were shut down. This is a guy who, like Dani talked about, bet on himself. I mean, this guy had the world at his fingertips coming out of high school and then came to pitch at your program. When you came in as a freshman, he was very highly touted, obviously. Talk to me a little bit about your relationship, please. You know, the things, maybe the moments you laugh at privately, the way you push each other, the golf games. It seems like you probably competed everything. But also that
Yeah.
shutdown time of COVID, right, where you could pick his brain a little bit and learn from him. Tell me a little bit about your and Brady's relationship.
Yeah, so our relationship started my freshman year. He figured out I was good at golf and doesn't like to lose and added me to the golfing foursome and took me as his partner. So that's kind of how it started. And ever since then we've been really good friends. Our girlfriends are really good friends too. But yeah, it's just we bounce things off of each other. More I bounce things off of him. He doesn't bounce much off me. He's super stubborn and knows what he likes. But yeah, all of COVID we all threw bullpens together twice a week. It was like there was like 5 Florida guys there. So we started throwing bullpens at Anthony Telford's, and then I think Richie Martin hit there, Pete hit there, Buddy Reed hit there, and then we had Alex throw. So we had it was just Florida Gators after Florida Gators coming in. And so we all kind of built a pretty good connection and talked about hitting or talked about pitching and figured things out. And yeah, it was a really good COVID break of learning off those guys. I mean, all of them are elite level baseball players. So getting to spend time with them is awesome.
For an example, give me one anecdotally thing that you learned from Brady. I mean, where he's a big leaguer now with the Kansas City Royals, obviously. Something where you went, aha, interesting. I didn't realize that, and you filed it away. Something that really you learned from his experiences.
So Brady and I take play catch just everyday play catch, super serious. And that's something that I think even for me and even for younger people even listening to this, play catch is where you get your work in every day, because you don't throw on the mound every day. I mean, some people might, but you don't. So that one time a day that you get to throw and you get to work on things is your craft. That's your BP every day. So we make games out of throwing, if it's 120 feet, trying to hit hip to hip, each side. We'll play to 5 or something. It's always competitive with him and I kind of take that with me here is I don't want to miss a glove, or I don't want to make a bad throw or make a bad pitch, and also stay locked in that whole time.
I love that. I love hearing. I think it's the little things always, right, that separate the good from the great.
Exactly.
Little things like that. That's really cool. I was hoping maybe you could give us a little scouting report on your starting guys. I know, I'm a broken record for you, but you are the one who can brag on them and who can tell us exactly what they've got and who they are. So can you go through and give us some scouting reports?
So, I mean, you have JY, which is just lightning speed, makes good contact, has eye to barrel, can put the barrel to any ball. You got Judd. I mean, you can't really, I don't know how to explain that. That's just Judd. Big pop, can hit it anywhere. You got Armstrong, which is the strongest kid I've ever seen in a baseball uniform.
And I don't want to interrupt you. I actually meant your starting rotation.
Our starting pitching.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like,
sorry, dude. I don't want to make you.
I'm gonna give some things away. I don't want to get our rotation, or I don't want to get our hitters too much credit.
No. I'm looking at your arms. Your guys.
All right. My bad. I'm sorry. I was
no. That's my fault.
Yeah, roll with Leftwich, Barco, and Pogue if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jack, power righty, good slider, really, really competitive. Just like cares and like wants to win and just tries to throw everything as hard as he can and good changeup. Barco, like another, if he was right-handed, he'd be the same as us. He's just lefty, thank goodness. But big, tall, power left-handed pitcher with a good slider, good splitter. And then Pogue, I mean, everyone at Florida, I swear Sully's like, if you're not 6'4" or taller, you're not coming here, because everyone's 6'4", 6'5", righty, like 215 pounds, and just tries to throw as hard as we can with a good slider or a good changeup.
Awesome. I love that there's something in the measuring cups there that
yeah, I
going
swear
on.
they bring a ruler or something to every game to make sure guys are tall enough. He loves big, tall righties.
And then you mentioned golf earlier. I wanted to circle back quickly because that was something I was looking at. Your golf foursome. Give me your golf foursome, but give me guys that are in college baseball not on your team who you would make up your foursome with.
Interesting.
Good question, huh? I like that. I'm interested now.
So like, wow. See, there are some guys that I met at USA that are all like drafted now that I would love to play golf with. And honestly, some of these guys I wouldn't even know at all. Like I wouldn't have a relationship, but these are like, so. All right, can I pick a draft pick or no?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so I would love to play golf with Heston Kjerstad because he was by far my favorite hitter in college baseball. Since freshman year, since Omaha, or since we played them at the MAC, probably Heston, and then you got Garrett Crochet, which we got really close during USA and stuff like that, and then probably Doug Nikhazy at Ole Miss, another USA guy that I got really close with there. But at my golf course, we can play foursome. So I'm going to put Kumar in there because I would love to pick his brain about all the stuff that he's done and how he is as a pitcher and like what his mindset is.
Oh my God. Best answer. Love it. You crush that.
I do love that. So April 30th, your ballpark, a lot of baseball will have been played by then, right? A lot of it. You'll have a bunch of innings under your belt. You will have evolved in a more positive way. But you'll face Kumar Rocker at Florida Ballpark that night. And two of the best pitchers in the country that aren't getting paid will be pitching under the lights. Moments like that, for those of us that'll never experience it, which is almost everybody listening, what are those moments like? I mean, what are those moments like where you hear the crowd, even if it's 20 or 30% or 40% occupancy, whatever it is by then? What are moments like that like? What do they do to you, the human being?
They help me grow, just like understanding how to deal with like life and also they just like they're exciting, they're fun, you can't put pressure on yourself or you can't put pressure on like your team or anything. Like go out and have fun and play the game that we played when we were 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, when you were at that little league game and you saw 25 people and you thought it was a massive crowd. You probably still got the same jitters. I mean, you have big leaguers now that play in front of 25,000 every night. But if I played in front of 25,000, I would get those jitters. But when they play in the World Series, they get those jitters. I think you build up that like, oh my goodness, this is awesome. This is a big game. You learn from it, and every time is new. It's different, but at the same time, it's the same. It's the same you get a little anxious, you're fired up, you're ready to go out and perform and try to beat the other team.
I love that. There's a lot of people that would love to wear your spikes and have that opportunity to.
Exactly. And definitely take full advantage of it, because seriously, like I'm just like what you said, there are a lot of people that would kill or love to be in our situation and to give full effort and don't take it for granted.
So Frank and Carolyn, that's dad and mom, yes?
Yes, Frank and Carolyn, sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you almost said Karen. I was like, that's my stepmom.
No. Okay, so we're having basically a family gathering. Parents, step parents, whoever wants to come around, right? Whoever's welcome. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have we're about to have a time right here. Okay. I have 3 half sisters from my dad.
Nice.
And
Okay.
then I have 3 stepbrothers from my dad as well.
Okay. Okay. So let's say we're going to dad's house
Exactly.
Yeah.
and we're going there and stepmom is there. What's her name?
Karen.
Karen. Okay. Well, I could see where that'd be close. I got it. I
Yeah,
understand.
that's what I was like,
Well played by you. That was well played by you. And your mom is Carolyn.
yes.
Let's say we're all going to dinner at your stepmom and your dad's house, and everyone's gathered. And Dani and I invited ourselves, so we're all going to sit down and have a meal. What are we talking about at the table, at the Mace table? What are we eating first of all, and what are we talking about?
Okay. So I got my dad a new Traeger at for Father's Day. So we're probably either gonna have steaks or like a smoked brisket or something like that. If I get the choice, we're getting like a lobster mac and cheese or something cool. If it's a special day, like we did that. So let's say it's for Christmas or something. We did like a lobster mac and cheese, a smoked brisket, some potatoes,
Wow.
and Karen loves her veggies, so probably like some grilled veggies.
So does Daron.
What we're talking about, cheese. I mean, every holidays there's Chad, my youngest oldest brother, so he's 3 years older than me. We're definitely bringing up the time that he threw a football to lead me into the thorn bushes, and I came in just all upset. Like I was little then, and I was so upset, and I walked up with my stepmom, and she just was like, "Tough love, sweetheart. I love you, but here you go," and just gave me tweezers and made me tweeze them out. And I was like, "Dang, that's tough." No, but
Wow.
that or just any type of competitions that we've had as a family, or like just funny things that we've all done. Probably Chaz and I messing with each other about basketball or any sport that we played. Yeah, a lot of just funny, goofy moments that we've all lived together.
Outstanding. Are you 21 yet? You're 21, right?
Yeah, 22.
I'll bring a good IPA then. So that's what I'm bringing. And yeah, and if you're training, you pass anyway, right? You pass anyway because you're training. That's it. That's all I have, man. I've just had a great meal with an elite pitcher. That's all I need.
Perfect.
Awesome. Tommy, man, thank you a million times. Really
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
it,
you.
dude.